Hi guys, so today we're doing April's weighings. So this time around I am also going to weigh my crested geckos. I know some of you actually missed them in the last one. I don't tend to weigh them too much because their weight doesn't change as much as the leopard geckos over these next months, but I will weigh them anyway. Isla has been so picky with her food recently. You may have seen a video where I tried out Pangea, a different type for her. So I don't know how she stays so chunky because she really doesn't eat. Now, in February, 2 months ago, she was 32 grams. And now she's 30. So considering she isn't eating too much, that isn't surprising. I just wish she would eat. So frustrating. Next up we have my other crested gecko. She absolutely loves her food. 2 months ago she was 36 grams. Now she's, 38, 39. Let's put her more in the middle. 39. Wow, she just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it does concern me because I really don't know what the best weight is for a crested gecko, and you don't want your animals, especially reptiles, to be overweight. That's one of the biggest problems with reptiles kept in captivity, is just people overfeeding them. So I really only give her Pangea maybe twice a week because she really holds on to that weight. Now we have Diego. So obviously Diego isn't too big of a concern when it comes to weight. He's already massive. This month though, he hasn't eaten as much, but he's been really eager to come out. So if you ever see your geckos up at the window, that's perfectly normal. They're probably confused by the glass. But also I find that when they're doing that, in the wild, they would be moving so much more than just the space they have in the tank. So get them out, let them have a walk about, whether that's on your hands, along your bed. Make sure you keep an eye on them. I wouldn't put them on the floor. I find that when they're on the floor and you're walking around, they feel very, very threatened. Also, please, please, don't let them walk along the floor when you have a cat or a dog in the room. It makes me so angry to see, because although you're thinking, oh, they're getting along just fine, that leopard gecko is probably freaking out because there is this thing that is stalking it, that's coming up and sniffing it. It doesn't understand that it's just a friendly, curious animal. It thinks it's a predator. And stress is terrible for reptiles, so even though you think it looks cute, please don't do it. But try to get them to have as much exercise as possible, because this time of year they would be doing it in the wild. So last month he was 92 grams. Don't know if there's going to be much of a change. Nope, 92 grams. Typical Diego, who really doesn't change that much. Next up we have Gizmo. I'm just going to change this. So I always put in a new bit of kitchen roll in here. I do Diego's weights actually before any of the females, because if he picks up on the female scent, he starts, you know, doing a mating display and everything. I don't think the girls really care about his scent. Maybe they do, but you know, I just do it that way round. So Gizmo, her month has been interesting actually. One of the days I gave her crickets, right, and she came running up to the front of the cage, and I basically hand fed her about 8 crickets, and she was eating them like they were waxworms. Probably all of a sudden she got her like appetite back and realised she hadn't eaten in ages and was very, very hungry. So she ate a lot of food. She was very happy about it. I believe she may have also had some calcium worms and mealworms. I'm not 100% sure, but she certainly has eaten a bit. But I think she's lost a lot of weight. Her tail looks a lot smaller. You may notice her hand has skin on it. Oh my goodness. Yesterday she was shedding, or she started shedding on her belly, even though her body looked completely normal. Then it all seemed to come off in patches, and this morning I woke up to find her walking around with her headpiece on and one of her feet left to shed, so she had all up her arm. It seems she's just got the bottom of her foot left on, but I'm going to probably help her take that off. But in this month I honestly think she's lost a lot. Last year, the difference between March and April, she lost 4 grams. Last month we weighed her and she was 59 grams, so if she's going on her yearly average, she will probably be down to 55, but she did eat, so let's see. She's 55. Oh my goodness. This is why I love keeping records, because like how I've been able to predict her weight so much throughout this already. Now we have Ziggy. Ziggy is looking phenomenal considering she hasn't eaten for a month and a half. Also, she will absolutely straight up refuse waxworms as well. Look at her. I mean, yeah, her tail could be bigger. She has 2 big eggs here and here, so there's a possibility she may actually lay them. Now, last year, between March and April, she didn't change her weight at all. And to be honest, I'll be surprised if she does change her weight this time around because she looks great considering what she's been up to. So last month she was 71 grams. She is now 73. How is she put on 2 grams from not eating? You know what that says to me? That says that these eggs are growing. This is where the weight's at. I would really actually love to see that she lays these eggs, but if she doesn't, she'll reabsorb them and get all her nutrients back, so that's kind of cool. And finally we have Minnie. Minnie's a funny old thing. She always looks so much smaller than she weighs. She always surprises me with her weights. This month hasn't been too kind for her. She shed twice, quite close together, and her nose looked sore the first time. She shed again, and I think she got a sore on her nose from shedding, but I will do a video on that because I'm trying to treat it at the moment, and if you ever come across that sort of thing, it may help you. One behaviour I've noticed with her, Ziggy and Gizmo particularly this month, is they've been like digging all the time. So I put in fresh calcium and the next day I find the milk lid tipped over. Or like her cave, all of a sudden I go and look in her tank and her cave will have the tiniest hole left because she's dug so much dirt at the entrance. And then when she's done that, she comes back out and she'll dig a load of dirt right near her water dish, so that gets dirt in it, and they've all been just digging so much. Now, in terms of her weight from last year, there really isn't much record from March to April. I couldn't have weighed her that much. She has eaten a tiny bit this month, but not too much. Last month she was 59 grams, so let's check her now. 56 grams, okay, well, you know, 56 isn't a bad weight for a female anyway. She has lost 3 grams. Last month, February to March, she actually lost 6. So, hopefully when her nose is better, maybe she'll feel better and eat a little bit more. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I kind of like doing these videos and updating you guys on all the little symptoms and weights of the geckos. I feel like it's one of those, you know when people do pregnancy vlogs but they do like an update each week? I feel like this is this, but for geckos and ovulating. But hey, you never know, in this series of videos you may end up seeing some eggs. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching guys, and goodbye.